Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. It's time to take a look at the Multy X, which is a tri-band Wi-Fi system to give you Wi-Fi throughout your entire house. I'm actually really excited to test this out. I'm going to set it up on my home network and try it out. It gives you a couple nodes. I want to go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box very quickly and show you through the setup process and even do some speed tests as well. Let's get started. The Multy X is an AC3000 tri-band router, so you can get some very fast speeds through that tri-band, and it also future-proofs your router. I do want to give a shout out to Zyxel, who's the maker of the Multy X, for actually sponsoring this video. Now, on the side here, here's a look at just some of the specs. You get a pack of two. You also get a 5 gigahertz network and 2.4 gigahertz networks to choose from. And of course, it gets listed as one, and it can swap back and forth on its own. 3 Ethernet ports, which is big because the current system I have is a Google Wi-Fi and it only has one. And of course, it's only a dual band system instead of a tri-band system. So I'm kind of upgrading my router at the moment with the Multy X. Let's open it up. So set it right here. You got an X up at the top of the packaging and slide this on up. And right away, you do have a media reviewer's guide. I believe this was sent just for me, of course, in case I need some literature, but I do have more than enough research on them both. Now you'll see, taking these apart, you have both of these in separate packages. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of them, slide it on open. Multi, let's get started. On the right side here, use your AC power adapter, and I'm not 100% sure what that is, maybe some Ethernet cables. But let's open this up, see what comes inside, and of course, how does it work guide, how to connect. I'll show you all that easy stuff in just a second. But let's take a look at one of the nodes, the Zyxel Multy X. And you'll see a bunch of ventilation down at the bottom. And of course, with the design, it will sit on this bottom piece, but it will leave some space between the table for airflow, so it shouldn't get hot at all. Pretty nice, simplistic, minimal design. When it sits there, it's not gaudy by any means. It's actually pretty cool. I want to set it to the side for just a second. Warranty card, a bunch of information as usual, and then let's go ahead and take a look at our AC adapter, which comes in some packaging, which is a proprietary AC adapter, if you are wondering. And then on this side here, you do have, I guessed it, an Ethernet cable, which seems to be a white flat cable. So now I think the exact same thing should be in this box. Let's go ahead and open it up and get things started. Here's everything out of the packaging, your 2 nodes, Ethernet cables, and power cables. I also wanted to show you the back of the router to take a look. Your power slot, a reset button, 3 Ethernet ports, the port where you're going to go ahead and connect your modem to, and a USB slot. So nice that they included not only 1, but 3 Ethernet ports and a USB slot. So to begin the setup process, I'm just going to grab one of these. It doesn't matter which one, and go ahead and set it up, and we'll add the extra one later. They actually have a very convenient app to set everything up. Let's go ahead and get started. To begin, I rebooted my modem and then plugged one end of this Ethernet cable into it, strung it over to my desk, and also plugged in the AC adapter into a power outlet. Now what we can do is grab one of our nodes, and we could go ahead and give it some power, and then also plug this into the slot with the world. Make sure that's the one that plugs into your modem. And then on the front here, you'll see some LED lights. Gives it a cool little design look. It is booting up for the first time. Now what we're gonna need to do is grab a phone, App Store, Play Store, and install the Multy X app. Now, of course, I have it on my Android phone right here, Multy X, and also an iPhone right here. So let's load it up. And once we have it loaded up, you can install Multi or log in. So I'm going to hit install simply because that's what we're doing now. And this is actually, the LEDs are blinking. I'm actually going to put this in my bedroom at the moment, and then I'm going to have one on the opposite side in the living room. I'll set that up a little bit later on. So for the one in here, I'm going to go ahead and you'll see the modem, the device. Make sure you unplug the modem and router. So you can do that. I've already done that actually. And then plug the multi and modem together, and then go ahead and turn them on. You'll see it's starting to blink blue, which is a very good sign. Make sure it's connected to your modem. Already done. And now you can also connect your devices, and this is perfect because I have a desktop on my desk right there that I'm going to just wire straight into this router, and there's 3 of them in case I want to go ahead and wire anything else to it, or of course I could connect my Xbox to it. Anything specific that you need a wired connection for, we'd go ahead and hit next. It says turning on multi. Now that it's finding the Multi, it actually uses Bluetooth to set it up. It has built-in Bluetooth, which is really cool and makes the setup process way more simplified. And here we go. It found the Multi. You need to name your Wi-Fi network and give it a password. I'll do that. Now setting it up, you'll see I named it Multi-X, gave it a password, and what's really neat is that you don't necessarily need to have a single Wi-Fi name. You can if you'd like to. However, can also separate 2.4 and 5 gigahertz networks between the two, so you can choose which one to be on, or just have it be single and let it choose for you. Now this is one customization that I really missed on Google Wi-Fi. They do not have this at all, so I'm going to actually separate them and choose the specific network that I would like to be on. And now we are going to hit create, and it's applying location, setting everything up. So after about a minute, Wi-Fi is created successfully. It hopefully set everything up. We can go ahead and hit next. And do we want to add a Multi? Yes, of course we do. Let's get started. Okay, so we're ready to add the extra node. Essentially, all I had to do was just plug it into the wall. You don't need to plug it into a modem, anything like that. You just have one main one plugged into the modem, and then they connect and broadcast a whole network for your house. So, plugged into the wall. Also want to add, I actually have Philips lights that need to plug into a router. So it's great that I have 3 Ethernet ports, and it came with an Ethernet cable. So I'm going to plug this into my Philips Hue little adapter, plug that in, and also wire my Xbox now, because with the old Wi-Fi system I had, I could only have 1 Ethernet port. So now that I have 2, I can connect my Xbox to the router along with my Philips Hue adapter as well. So with the other Multi plugged in, let's go ahead and grab our phone and add the extra Multi. So with the setup process, make sure they should be about 10 to 15 meters apart to give you an idea, so that they can go ahead and broadcast networks. They will intersect at some point. However, it will automatically switch you to the other one, so they will not be separate to connect to them. It'll just automatically do it for you. Hitting next, go ahead and plug it in. Will blink blue when it's ready for the setup process. It is blinking blue right now. Let's hit next. It's turning it on. All right, found the Multi, creating Wi-Fi network. Now it's just connecting the 2 nodes. And of course, like I said, it's using that Bluetooth. It was very simple, easy process. It's doing everything automatically. All I really had to do is input the information that I wanted, and it's setting everything up for me. Now that we've got our Wi-Fi system all set up, let's go ahead and check out the Multi-X app, which has a ton of functionality. So right away, you have an overview of 8 connected devices. You'll see I have my bedroom node live and living room as well. So just kind of an overview. You can go over to this tab and run a speed test if you'd like. And it does multiple speed tests. It tests the bedroom to the internet, your living room to the internet, and then the connection between the two. So taking a look at a test that I ran, you'll see here, suitable for 4K, and the connection between the bedroom and living room very, very fast. So I have them in good spots, or not too far away. But I do want to talk about the speeds I got download and upload. I pay for 75 megabits per second down and 10 megabits per second up. So you'll see I'm getting faster than what I pay for. And these speeds are actually faster than they were on my old Wi-Fi system. Moving along, you have a bunch of parental controls. You can even group specific devices instead of having each individual device. But if I go to Tim's iPhone, you can actually disconnect it from the internet or remove a device, or of course that's how you join groups with devices. So a bunch of parental controls. If you want to turn the kids' phones off at the end of the night, you can do so, and even group them together so you don't have to do it each individual one. Moving along, one more, you do have settings on the far right. For a private network, you can turn a guest Wi-Fi, and you'll see my Wi-Fi passwords, YouTube123, just a placeholder, and a quick share button. If you have a group of people, you can quickly share them your password and SSID, and some advanced settings, port forwarding, UPnP, DMZ, and you can change your network mode. Also worth mentioning, like I said at the beginning of the video, I set up the 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz network. So there's 2 separate ones, Multi-X and Multi-X.speed. The dot speed is the 5 gigahertz network. Multi-X is the 2.4 gigahertz network. So nice, I can actually choose which device connects to which band. And that's about everything I want to show off for the app anyways. It does have Amazon Alexa integration, so you can actually control the router via your voice if you need to reset it, run a quick speed test, maybe turn off those specific groups or devices. So that's really awesome. Now I want to run another quick speed test on my laptop. All right, so I have my MacBook Pro right here. Going to just run a quick speed test right through Google. And you'll see here, it is jumping above. I've actually never seen speeds this fast. I don't know if it's necessarily related to the router, but Generally, on the Google Wi-Fi, I would get around 80 megabits per second, which of course, like I said, I pay for 75 megabits down, and upload speeds just about around 12, which is very good and more than I paid for as well. I was getting about 10 to 11 using my other Google Wi-Fi, so you'll see here, really fantastic speeds. I'm really happy. That is everything I wanted to cover on the Multy X Wi-Fi router system and the included app, which has, of course, as you saw, a bunch of functionality. So definitely be sure to check out the Multy X router system. All links will be down below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Be sure to click that thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.